curb to take those people.
Yeah, no, they're that. Oh.
And the house there. I need.
One a quarter. Can you get retry that quarterback? That should be common sense.
What's your name?
My name's Johannes Rosario.
How do you spell that?
People usually call me Jojo.
Okay, Jojo. J-O?
J-O or Joe.
Okay. So, can you tell me what happened? What did you see?
So I was on the side of the road helping a squirrel. So when I was putting the squirrel on the side of the road, we heard a big boom, like some screeching and a boom. So we ran over to see what happened, and it turned out that the car was already in the horrible state that it was.
So before you heard the screeching, did you hear like any cars just zooming by? Like
Yeah, so while I was picking up the squirrel, there was a car that kind of drove by. It was pretty fast. I was too busy focusing on the squirrel to really know how fast they were going, but this is a highway where people are always going fast. It's a very dangerous highway. There's always accidents here. So we knew what happened, because a few years prior I had an accident here.
Okay. And so when can you describe a little bit more about like what that screech and that boom was? Like, because it looks like a power pole went down. Is that
Yeah,
what you heard?
so it was just like a typical screech and a boom. It was very loud, and it sounded very scary. Like, it sounded very bad. When we ran over, the car was like in a sandwich position,
Right.
like broken in half. You know, you can't tell where the front of the car is from where the back of the car is.
Right.
There was bodies hanging outside of the car. There was a girl that must have flung out the car that was all the way on the side of the grass.
Okay.
It's hard to explain because I'm not in forensics or investigations or anything, but it looked like some people weren't wearing their seatbelts. It seems like the only person that survived without any serious damage was wearing a seatbelt, because only one person was able to get himself out the car and sit on the side of the road, and that's why I'm still here. I was just sitting there keeping him company, making sure he didn't fall asleep or, you know, anything bad happened to him.
Did it seem like there was another car that possibly was?
It looks like it was like a group of friends going somewhere. There was 2 cars because a few girls came out of a different car hysterically crying over their friend who was on the grass, saying that she should have been in their car and that they told her to come in their car, but she wanted to go in the other car.
Right. Jesus. I'm sorry you saw that.
So I'm happy I'm here just to help, to call the cops, because at first everybody was just recording videos and screaming and crying and taking videos, and I had to get nasty and tell everybody, turn your cameras off, call the police. Like, why are we recording? I grew up in the 90s. Put your cameras down. Save these people. Like, there's only minutes left,
Right.
if that's the case.
Right.
That's all I could think about.
And so you mentioned you saw 4 people. One person was able to get himself out.
Yeah.
What was he? What would you say?
His name was Dante. He had a really bad concussion. I did ask him a few questions, and he answered some questions wrong. So that's how I knew he had a concussion. But overall, compared to what I saw from everyone else, God was by his side. He was okay. He's gonna be okay.
Okay. And so the other 3 that you said that one was ejected onto the sidewalk. Everybody else just was.
That's not confirmed. I mean, from what it looks like we saw like 2 people leaving body bags, but that's not confirmed. You know.
Right. Okay. And so you mentioned you've been in an accident here before yourself, and I mean this
It's
is
a very
pretty
dangerous road. There's always accidents happening, especially in the rain. It's very slippery. The black ice. The temperature is dropping compared to a few weeks ago, so
Right.
I don't know. They weren't being safe. It feels horrible.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I just want to let people know, if anybody does see this, please wear your seatbelts. Wear your seatbelts and drive safe. Don't drive drunk. Don't drive under the influence. Don't smoke and drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything and drive. There's Ubers, there's Lyft, there's friends, there's family, or honestly just walk. But this is definitely an accident because of poor judgment and not taking enough care of yourself. Like, love yourself. Put your seatbelts on. That's really all I can say.
All right. Jojo.